Hey guys, this isn't my usual place because, well, honestly my room is a complete mess. And another thing, I am sorry for taking so long to post another video. I have been busy and completely lazy at the same time. When I was busy, I obviously couldn't make a video, and then when I wasn't busy, I was completely lazy doing practically nothing. I was just playing video games for the most part. Anyways, so in today's video I'd like to talk to you guys about dating, my dating experiences. Okay, so I had a date last Friday, and so what happened was the original date was supposed to be actually like a week or two before, but the problem was I got sick like an hour before we had to go on the date. At first I was thinking, oh, I can just blow this over and everything like that. Nope, couldn't do it. And so what happened was I ended up an hour before I was like calling, I'm sorry, I'm so sick, I can't do it, I'm sorry, I thought I could blow this over but I can't. I felt so bad. So I was like, okay, next time there's a date, I'm definitely asking you out again. And so next date comes around, I was like, hey, I'll call her up again. It's like, hey, can you do this Saturday night? Are you working this Saturday night? And she's like, yeah, I'm working. And the funny thing is, every single time I try and go on a date with this girl, something always comes up, I swear. I don't know what it is, but something always comes up without fail. I mean, it's work, out of town, that's not exactly our faults, but still. Getting sick, and work again. Anyway, so back to this past Friday. So anyway, so she wasn't able to go out. So I asked this other girl to go out with me, and she wasn't exactly sure if she could because she had work. But I was like, okay, you know, we can just push it back just a little bit later, like a half hour later, which was perfect. And so we go pick her up from work. We take her back to my house, and I was with me and a friend and his date, and we take everybody back to my house. And as I'm just about to turn on my street, I realized I forgot the pizzas. It's like, hey guys, why don't we go to the pizza shop? So we go down to Little Caesars and get a couple pizzas, head back up. No big deal. So we get back to my house, we go down from the basement and sit down, we start talking a little bit. I don't know, it kind of started going to a little bit of gossip, but I don't know, that's kind of like the only way I can actually stay up with what's going on in school. But I don't know, I guess I really never knew what was going on in school, and the thing was, the girl that I asked out doesn't even go to my school. So it's like, you know what? I don't know. Anyways, so we got downstairs, we're talking about stuff, and there's, you know what? Well, why don't we start playing the game? Like, okay, so we start playing the game of things. If you haven't played this game, it is one of the funniest, most fun games you'll ever have. It's one of those games when your answer is the more outrageous it is, the funnier and the more fun you'll have, more laughter and everything like that. We had a riot. We probably spent like 3 hours just on this game. Just the four of us just on this game. And we had a riot. I completely lost. I guess I just don't know my friends. Anyways. So, after that was like we started watching a movie. We watched 21. Great movie if you haven't seen it. Seriously, this movie is probably one of my favorite movies. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. There are some kind of Um, I don't know how to explain it. Okay, they show a bit of skin, but I would say they don't show more than you see at the swimming pool nowadays. So, anyways, so we weren't able to finish the movie, but because the girls actually had to go home because it was getting pretty late, and so we took them home. We took my friend's date home, and then since I picked my date up from work, I took her to her work and actually dropped her off at her car. I got out of the car. We actually kind of started arguing back and forth whether her car was a truck or not. It basically looks like a truck, but it's not at the same time. But it's a Bronco. I think that's what the truck car is called. And so, anyways, yeah. Then she started thanking me and telling me how great the date was, and I was like, I'm just thinking, yeah, I did a good job. And then, and so after that, I'm just saying, like, she's thanking thank you. She's saying thank you for inviting me, and I'm just thanking her for coming and accepting the invitation. And we're saying that for I think 2 minutes or something like that. And then it was like, then I was like, hey, we should do it again sometime. And he was like, yeah, I would love to. I'm like, yeah. And so, the only thing that I should have changed was giving her a goodbye. I'm like seriously, when I got home, I'm like, dang it, I should have given her a goodbye. Or something like that. I was like, oh, you idiot. But, that was next time. And so, I would probably, and that was, overall, this date was actually pretty cheap. And I don't want to say cheap as in a bad way, but I mean cheap in a good way, because it didn't cost me that much money. I don't want to sound off like I'm a cheap guy, because I'm honestly not. Because when I go to prom, I want to go full out, like the full day activity and stuff like that, and then the dance, and then an activity afterwards. But then I don't want to say I regret it, but it's like I regret spending that much money, because 90% of the time it's not even my money. It's my dad's money. So I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna have to work 100 hours to pay this off. And so, anyways, these cheap dates, I would say, are the best, because I swear, you have the most fun on cheap dates. Another cheap date that I had was really fun as well. I was like, whenever you go on really expensive dates, you always I don't know, kind of uptight, and you expect everybody to have fun. I don't know, to me, cheap dates are better than expensive dates. That's why I'm kind of really not looking forward to prom. And speaking of prom and dances, there's one thing that I do not get about dances. You see, when it's a guy's choice dance, girls expect the guy to ask them out. And, or I should say, expected to ask girls out and spend a certain amount of money. But, okay, maybe not spend a certain amount of money, but still, they expect them to ask them out. And when it's in the reverse, the girls sit back and say, I'm not paying that much money. Well, for the girls that I have talked to, they just sit back and say, no, I don't want to spend that much money, or no, I don't want to go. And it's like, then why do you basically make us guys take you out? It honestly just doesn't make sense to me. I'm just like,
jumping and the joint began to swing.